Welcome to the Permian Basin International Oil Show Live podcast. I'm Scott Emerson. With us today is Chad Shadden with B&J Welding Supply and Janie Snelson with the Snelson Group. The podcast studio today is sponsored by T.D. Williamson. And thanks out to them. And the set, I believe, is by Second Story, if I'm not mistaken. The
right.
Chairs and all the whole setup that we've used today.
Yeah, Second Story co-working.
Okay, cool. Well, we're sure glad that they donated all this stuff for us to use today. And Chad, why don't you tell us what you want to say about B&J Welding Supply?
Okay, we'll just do a little history. B&J Welding Supply, founded in 1977 in Lamesa. Bob Jones was the founder. Bob ran it up until 96, and he handed it over to his son, Jason, who still owns it today. We have just opened our 8th location, actually here in Odessa, 3813 West County Road. Everybody come by and see us there. That's Odessa, Midland, Lamesa, Snyder, Post, Lubbock, Amarillo, and we did an acquisition back in July of a existing welding company, GM Welding Supply. We purchased them, closed on that July 1st. So that's the other one.
And where were they located?
They're on Houston
Here?
Hart Highway. No, ma'am.
Oh.
They're in San Angelo.
Oh, okay, great.
San Angelo.
So you're
We've
pretty
got
much
everybody but Big Spring. You need
We
to come
do.
to Big Spring.
We have them covered. So, and we've got one on the way, which we'll kind of leave that for a later date.
for a new surprise, right?
For a new surprise. That's right.
Good. That's good.
So who all do y'all supply?
So, we go anywhere from fabrication, pipe fitters. We have customers, wide variety of customers, because our geography is so spread out.
That's
so,
awesome.
We service a couple of wind tower turbine manufacturers up in the Panhandle. We do a lot with ag. We do a lot of medical down here. Obviously, it's, oil and gas, ag, oil and gas back towards San Angelo as well. So, we pretty much cover the gamut of customers, different types, sizes, all the things. So,
Do y'all have a booth here this year?
We do have a booth here.
Awesome.
It's booth number 519. Come by and see us. We've been in that area for, I think, since 2014.
Oh, in the
We've been
same
at
booth
the-
area?
Well, yes, maybe
So
not in the same booth, but right there in that same
right
area.
there. So everybody should know where you are.
Everybody ought to know where we're at.
That's awesome. I'm glad y'all are here. That's really neat.
Yes, yeah.
And
That's
growth
that's
is always
one
good.
of our keys. We do a couple of different shows. You have to be practical with your dollars. We always do the oil show, and then there's another standard that we do. It's a Amarillo Farm Show. We cover it every year. This one obviously is the every other year. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Great people here, though. I heard yesterday it was operator heavy, which is good.
Sure.
But I know that y'all serve not only operators, but
Service companies too.
but
Yeah.
service companies as well.
Yeah.
And
And that's the unique piece with the welding supplies. We pretty much touch every piece of the oil production. So it's really good, very diversified.
how do you service medical?
So
Just in the gases, or
we do.
Okay.
We pump medical oxygen. We service medical nitrogen, nitrous oxide to
Oh, wow.
dentists, breathing air.
goodness. So there's a lot.
There's a lot there.
Now, do
I wouldn't
y'all-
even
do
think
y'all, have your own gas plants? Do you make it acetylene or anything?
We don't make our own acetylene.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's one of those. It's a little bit dangerous. It's not the most dangerous gas that we have, but we don't make our own acetylene. But we do have a fill facility in Midland. It's an automated fill plant. That was actually our first automated fill plant was there. And I believe when we installed that one, it was one of maybe 4 in the U.S.
Wow.
That was automated. We've since added another automated fill plant in our Amarillo store. And then we have what's called just a manual fill plant in Lubbock.
Now, where's your store located in Midland?
In Midland, it is on I-20, almost right between Loop 250 and 1788.
I've been in there before, and you've got a heck of a showroom in there. You got all kinds of stuff for sale in there.
So that was one of our first, quote unquote, modern stores. So it really is very unique.
Well, I was impressed when I walked in there. It was I'm used to a welding supply store where you know everything's behind the counter and you have to ask for it. And I walked in there and thought, wow, this looks like a car dealership.
Yeah,
in here.
yeah. Lubbock was the one was our first of our modern locations. And Jason and I kind of talked about the design and the personnel that we serve. It's not like what you said, the old welder anymore. There's a lot of females, a lot of younger folk. So we really needed to make sure, that we highlighted, those effects. It's big, it's bright, it's colorful. We have a ton of inventory in there. That was one of Bob's big things. If you can't sell it, if you don't have it. So we make sure and stock it.
That's a good
I
philosophy.
love how y'all are morphing and strategically placing your stores and to catch what's going on in this area. Cause I think this industry morphs every day to go bigger and new technology and all the things you're doing with the fill stations. That's amazing.
Yes, it's absolutely, in technology in our industry, it's paramount that you keep up with it. That's one thing that we always strive to do, whether it be, our customer service, our point of sale software, our fill plants. We always want to make sure that we're, up with the latest technology, and that's what sets us apart.
I agree.
All of our competitors, or most of them, are big multinational corporations. We're an independent, obviously, and to be able to, really make sure that we're successful in that market, we have to find those shortcuts. Technology is a great shortcut. It's available to us. We have great people that, we've hired to make sure that we keep up with those kind of things. So it's really good for us.
And now you can have your meetings, your company meetings in Lamesa, because guess what opened this week?
K-Bob's.
And we ate there last night, and it was good.
You didn't think I was going to know that, did you?
No, I figured you knew it, but I was impressed.
Yep.
We didn't know that they had just opened, or we might have waited a couple of days for them to get their ducks in a row. But the food was good, the people were great, and it's pretty amazing. We just drove by and saw the cars, and so decided to stop.
Yep. Yeah. That's almost a landmark anymore. I don't know how many more of those K-Bobs are around, but
I don't know, but I hadn't
been
seen
there
a
for
salad
years.
bar like that in a long time.
Yeah.
Hot minute,
Yep.
for sure.
yep. It's
So
pretty impressive.
it's really cool that you've got your 8th location open. I don't know that you're such a small company anymore, Chad.
Yeah.
Well, and that's something that we have to make sure and keep up with, or not forget where we came from.
Sure.
That's probably
That's
a good way
awesome.
to say it. Just not forget where you came from. It's about people. It's about relationships, whether it be customers or our own relationships with our employees, whichever one of those. But, there again, our oxygen's no different than our competitors, but it's service oriented. It's the people that we have. It's all of those things that really separate us. And a lot of companies talk about service. That's something that we've had to live by.
Yeah.
There again, we're playing in a world with a lot of whales, and we're kind of the small fish, but we're working on that.
Can't be the little guy if you don't set yourself
That's right.
apart.
We're definitely working on that.
Well, I'm glad to know about y'all, and I'll definitely be referring you. That's pretty awesome.
We appreciate it. Word of mouth.
Yeah, I can feel the character and integrity in y'all. So I'm really proud to meet you guys and girls, and watch you grow even more.
Yeah, we appreciate that very much.
Well, thank you for being with us today. Is there anything you'd like to say to any potential customers or even current customers before we get off there?
There again, I'll mention the Odessa location, 3813 West County Road. You guys come by and see us. I know that there's, a lot of customers we have in Odessa and West Odessa, and we're just trying to make it more convenient for those guys.
Don't make them
That's
drive to
awesome.
Midland
That's
anymore.
it. Absolutely.
That's good. That's
Absolutely.
That's
Well,
awesome.
Excellent.
Thanks for meeting the need.
Yep. Well, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for the opportunity.
You bet. Thanks for being on. And are we good to go? All right. Then
Everybody
thank
wave.
y'all for being a part. And we'll see you again tomorrow at the PBIOS Live podcast. And thank y'all for being here.
Appreciate you.